Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining. We're looking at Divine Guidance today. All right, let's see what we've got going on for you. And let's pick out 3 cards here for you. So pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. All right, stick around and we will get started shortly. Hello, pile number 1. Thank you so much for joining. You've got the changes coming in. I'm going to put it up a little bit so that you can see it, which is a beautiful card. It says, I'm here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities. So I love, love, love that. Let's put this over here and give ourselves some room for some additional tarot. Going to see what divine guidance we get from these and seeing what we need to know. So I'm feeling this one over here. It's just popping out. All right, so we've got the Page of Swords, the Hierophant, and the 8 of Cups in reverse. I feel like there's a strong message here already for you, pile number 1. I realize that the change is coming, but I also feel like this is also coming in with enlightenment and also opportunities of learning what you don't already know, because I feel like you're very smart and you've actually taken the initiative of learning a lot previous to, but now it's time to relearn certain things and also take advantage of that, the year to come, because I feel like this is going to be an open book learning and guided year for a lot of us. And there's also that Hierophant, so we're looking at being able to get inspired from the ultimate guides and divine guidance, so that you can find your truth and your power within. There's the 8 of Cups in reverse. So overall, I feel like that journey is happening. Whether it's not, you're not going to be moving out of that journey without having some kind of transformation in sight. So we've got the 4 of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Magician in reverse. So pile number 1, I'm also getting here, and this is for some of you. I feel like some of you are stuck in the realm of the 3D world because of the fact that you're kind of chasing that money, that intellect, and forgetting about the magic within. All right, so maybe you're just tied up in whatever you're doing right now with work and or love, whatever it is, relationships, that you're actually not really seeing the bigger picture out there, that you're not seeing the magic of things happening right now, that you're too invested in what is happening right now in this very moment in the 3D world, that everything else kind of disappears. So a lot of you might be obviously finding your way and learning a lot of things, and others might be actually stuck in the 3D mentality at the moment and not being able to get out of it because there's just so much going on with other things in your life that is maybe not a progression time for you. So we've got the Queen of Cups, and let's see if I can put this one here, and the 8 of Swords. So there's like that battle inside. One is like, I want to be happy, I want to enjoy, I want to be able to understand, and the other part is like, but I don't see that right now, I can't see this clearly, I can't see that image fall out of the mirror pretty much, and into being able to do this in respect to being spiritual. Some of you might not even believe in it. It seems like it's like almost like bogus for some of you. So it's kind of like it's a back and forth. It's like, is it or isn't it? Sometimes you feel like it is, sometimes you don't. Also depends on what you see, right? What do you see in the day? Like, what do you open up your, what do you see? Do you see the numbers, like the synchronicity numbers that make you think, oh, maybe this is 100% there? Or do you sometimes see that things are just not going your way, things that you're trying to manifest are not coming through. And then that's where you're kind of having that imbalance or maybe even denial of what is and isn't. So let's see what else comes up here. It's got the Chariot, the Nine of Swords, and the Two of Wands. So I'm also getting here from your spirit guides that things are just moving too quickly sometimes for you, and you don't have time to think things over before they happen. So I'm not going to do a lot of examples here, but for one that just strike me right now is that when something happens, whether it's a car breakdown or whatever it is, it just happens so quickly. It's not like it's like, you know that the car has an issue and that you have time to take it in to get it fixed. It's like it happens and now all of a sudden you have to deal with things and it's kind of pushing you back. So I feel like that is what this with the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Swords is, that all this 3D stuff that you're feeling right now is always happening. So it's not like you feel like things are progressing. It just kind of loops you back into that reality check that things are just this way. So I'm thinking that things are going to be changing for you though. Like it says here, change is coming because of the fact that you're putting a lot of effort into something that you're not 100% sure of yet. And it hasn't manifested for you yet. But we're seeing things differently here with the Ten of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. That what you've been actually planting, it's going to come to life. So the Ten of Cups, I feel like this is that moment of feeling that freedom, that sense of accomplishment that you've acquired. And then with the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like that you're kind of, creating those moments to share, all right? So with the Seven of Wands in reverse, again, we're seeing that reflection of not being able to translate that into the spiritualism world, or what I guess you can call it is divine transformation yet, all right? So let's see what else comes up. We've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Cups in reverse. All right. So I feel like this is pile number one. I feel like that when you see the change in your monetary situation, then you're going to accept whatever else is coming your way. So Divine Guidance here is saying it's okay if you don't understand. It's okay if you're not able to comprehend, because it has been difficult to understand when it's going back and forth, back and forth. So I feel like it's time. That's what you need. It's time that you need in order to be able to understand once you have monetary value and once you have that freedom with money. This is when everything is going to be coming into play. This also has to do with learning as well. So for some of you, might be an experience of changing jobs or even getting into more of a healing work. Some of you might even start doing something completely different in your line of work. Even being a little bit more out there and enjoying different scenarios that will actually make you feel more part of the journey than right now. I feel like right now you're just kind of going from one direction to another and not really seeing it all into play. But I feel like the Divine Guidance and your spirit guides are here to pull you into the right direction, because they want you to be happy. They want you to be able to accept things, and they want you to move on into that I guess I'm going to call it 4D world, because ascending into a new energy level, a new energy that's going to be bringing you abundance. So there you have it, pile number one. Thank you so much for joining. hopefully this makes sense. If you like it, please do subscribe, like, share, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Hasta luego. Hello, pile number 2. Thank you so much for joining. We're looking at Divine Guidance, and this is the card you chose, which says, increase your knowledge. Education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, or find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. So that is beautiful. Let's see what else we've got here. Obviously, this is something that can be for everybody. Always increasing knowledge is a thing. All right, so we've got the Temperance. We've got the Chariot. And the Seven of Pentacles. So, and I can only speak for your spirit guides as much as I can. But I'm seeing here that they're clearly trying to guide you into a direction, into a path that you've been longing to do for quite some time, but have yet to actually do it. So with the Temperance here, I'm feeling that it's time to kind of get that going. All right, we see here with the increase of knowledge that you already, increasing your knowledge, that you already have started looking or rampaging into what you wanted to do. And I feel like that you're kind of progressing, and you need to do this more quickly. You have planted all the seeds that you need in order to make this work. You have put a lot of effort into it, and now it's time for you to kind of move up, move on, get it going. All right, whether it's I'm gonna say whether it's a new job, or if it's something that you wanted to start up, a new business, or even is start up in, you know, doing something that was completely alternative to what you're doing right now, or, you know, radical. It's something that it's the now. It's almost like do it now. All right. So we've got the Seven of Wands, we've got the Lovers, and the Queen of Cups. There, some of you, I feel like this has to do with somebody that you love, that you're kind of like, listen, this is what I want to do, and you're afraid of actually expressing yourself in order for them to understand that this is where you need to be, this is what your heart desires to do right now, and you want them to kind of feel that with you, and being able to be in the same realm as you, for connecting with what you are wanting to do. The Queen of Cups here, to me, this is like almost like the High Priestess. I feel like she is very utilizing all the energy from the water, and being able to utilize her heart in order to make things work for her the way it should be. So not only you've got the Lovers here that's saying, you know what, your partner is going to be okay with whatever you do, and possibly even saying, you know, this person's going to love you more because of it than before. You also are going to be experiencing that love within. So I feel like this has to do with the inside connection with yourself too, that's going to be bringing out the joy in your life again. So maybe some of you have been having a lot of doubts, or even not seeing, you know, things kind of go your way for a while, but it's kind of like your guides, your divine intervention here is kind of like putting the seal on the, what is it, the seal on this on the card, or even the stamp on the card, you know, by saying, okay, it's time for you to move on, and we don't want to linger this on any more than what it has to. So we've got the Hierophant here as well. So obviously this is telling me that, you know, that traditionally, you know, you would have thought a different way, but I feel like with the Hierophant here, which is very traditional, but I feel like that there's that openness for you to find what you're looking for. It's almost like you need to not just open your heart and your mind, but you need to open up your soul to empower you on doing something new. Now, for some, this is, I feel like, also has to do with past lives, okay? So this is something that you have been doing for past lives, past generations, and it's you've been kind of holding off because it just doesn't, it seems right, but it just doesn't seem like you hold all of the information. So gather the information as much as you can. I'm getting a lot of healing powers here that you might be not able to utilize yet. Maybe you need a little bit more knowledge in order to be able to fulfill that. But some of you, I feel like it's also communication. With the Ace of Swords, I see a lot of communication, and also through your mind. So maybe even being able to do psychic work, or being able to activate your mind in order to be able to have additional things happening. I don't even know how to tell you right now, but there's that power that it's kind of lost within you because you're not sure of how you've done it before in past lives. And that, I feel like that's where that magician comes into play. It also can be a protection. So some of you might be protecting certain value or knowledge that has been in the works for many, many centuries, and yet it's kind of like protecting it within. So yeah, so there's a lot of potential here that is not yet out. All right, so we've got the Nine of Swords, the Hermit, and the Page of Pentacles. All right, so, you know, some of you might be a little bit worried about finances, and others might be worried about what other people think, and how is this going to come across. It's like you're putting a block on yourself in order to be able to feel that you can do something else. It's like a block. There's a blockage somewhere in your current status that is hindering you from moving forward. I feel like the Hermit is kind of guiding you through, though. Whatever blockage this is, it's not something that's going to be there for life. I think that this is something that you're going to be moving on and forward with, because I feel like the Hermit is going to be showing you that. And the Hermit, to me, a lot of the times feels like the guidance, that spirit guide, that is going to be showing you the way into something new. And if you're worried about money, I feel like that money is not really the key or the issue, that things are going to be populating, even with the Seven of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Things are just going to be populating within itself. It's just going to flow. So whatever you're thinking that it's not, you know, is giving you a headache at night, or you don't know if you really should go forward or not, this is a time where it's kind of saying, okay, you know, I know you got those problems, or you think that you do, but things are just going to kind of move in. We're not going to let you be without what you need in order to make things work. We're not going to let you starve. We're not going to let you, you know, not have whatever you need to make that work. All right, so we've got the Five of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. See, this is what I'm saying, that self-assuredness, that things are going to be coming your way financially, and that you're not going to see that going down the drain. Like, things are going to be moving up, and you're emotionally going to be stable and being able to confront any situation given. So this is the big step into your life, is not only just increasing your knowledge, but I also feel like with the Hermit, that your life path is going to be guided for you. So whatever they're trying to, like your spirit guides and divine powers trying to tell you right now, is that things are, you're making them harder on yourself than what they need to be. There's a lot of clearance, there's a lot of path there that you have yet to experience, but there's also that all these endless possibilities, I want to say, that you are still kind of up in the air with. So I think that this is where I'm going to leave it, because it's like they don't want me to give you any more information than that, because you still have to find your own path. All right, so they don't really want to put it out, all of it, into a script for you, because that's not what they do. So they're just giving you a little snip and snip and snip so that you can understand the logic behind it, and saying, you know, do this, and then you will get that. They're not going to tell you what's in between. All right. So pile number 2, I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining. Please like, subscribe, share, and hopefully we'll see you next time. And check out my other videos if you're interested. All right. Hasta luego. Hello, welcome pile number 3. Thank you so much for joining. We've got 26 is the number. Recognize the signs from above. Angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. All right, so that is your card. And now, because I seen that one, I automatically have to respond with what kind of signs are we looking at here? All right, so a lot of it has to do with your ancestry. This is what I'm getting here from that. And we also see here the 444 number added into the sign of your divine guidance. So if you do see this number 444, it's actually you're being guided at that very moment. So whatever your thoughts, intentions are for that specific time or whatever you're doing, when you see this number, please acknowledge it, because that is your spirit guides trying to tell you something, or trying to tell you what is happening or what's going to be coming next into your life. Now, they will never really give you the information of this is what you have to do, but they will definitely give you a hunch of what's happening. Now, I feel like there's some of you here in pile number 3 that you're not really seeing a lot of this, or it's because you're kind of almost like trying to listen. It's like, oh, well, are they going to talk to me? But sometimes it's actually I'm going to say a song on the radio, or even something that somebody says that would be out of the norm. And that's kind of them nudging that other person to say something that would trigger you in order to understand. So I'm gonna leave that at that, and let's just see what else comes up and see what else your spirit guides, divine guidance wants to tell you. Now, there is 2 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. All right. So there's a direct path, and there is somebody with you. All right. So now, if you are, this has nothing to do with relationships in that sense, that is like a love connection or something like that. This is not what I'm getting here. What I'm getting here is that there's a direction, and that there's somebody there to guide you. Whether it's somebody here or on the other side, or whether it's somebody that is in a relationship with you, that's a different story. But this is exactly where I'm seeing this going with what the spirit guides are trying to tell you. This direction and path that you're going to, that somebody else is there to guide you, also is leading you to a new path into your life. All right. So for some of you, it can be, you know, feeling secure, feeling protected from whatever it is, and also being able to, you know, be strong about something that is going on in your life. She also has the infinite sign tattooed, so it's like infinity and beyond. that you have that knowledge that this is a transition for you, and that you're comfortable enough to be able to coexist in this world. All right. So I know I'm kind of going in a different pattern here, in a different path, but I feel like they're directing me to this, so I have to be specific about what I'm saying here. We've got the Ace of Cups in reverse. So this, for some of you, could potentially be that you're not putting as much in of your heart as necessary in order to fulfill what you need to be doing. So bear in mind that somebody else is going to be guiding you. So even whether or not you're fulfilling your cup right now with emotions and love and connection, might be because something else is troubling you. So let's see what else comes up and see what else we get. So we've got the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Page of Swords. So it's like everything that has to do with knowledge. All right, so we've got the Ace of Wands. To me, this one is a very good sign of knowledge, new beginnings, and also a new journey happening in your life. But we also see the Page of Swords, which is all about learning as well, and the Knight of Swords trying to go into a quick and sometimes not really seen what you're doing and just going at it. So obviously for a lot of you, it can mean that you are starting a new beginning and you're going in that path really, really quick, all right? And you're learning a lot of things. Actually, I have another card in the bottom here, which I didn't even notice, that came out at the same time. So, and we've got the Empress in reverse, all right? So the other side of this that I'm seeing here also is that things are just moving in too quickly for you, that you don't have a time or to check things out. All right, that things might be moving too strong. Some of you might be, you know, in the place of learning, but yet something else is coming in that is kind of pushing a lot of your efforts into a new direction. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you did get pregnant and now things are kind of changing, or maybe it could be an infertility situation for some of you that were trying to conceive. So let's see what else comes up. So we've got the Temperance, the Magician, and the Five of Cups. This is not just a journey for you, pile number 3, but this is a new era, a new beginning. It's almost like this, remember how I said the ancestry is what signs are you not recognizing? And this happened with pile number 2 as well, is that we're seeing that this is coming in from previous, you know, lives, okay? Things that you have that are coming back in results of previous past lives. And also ancestry, your culture, your the way you do things. Some of you might have certain rituals that you have in your life that you do, and I feel like it's telling you these rituals are there for a reason. So continue on these rituals, continue on being that, continue on with that ancestry tree. All right, don't forget where you came from. Because even though that you're learning things and even that you're evolving, I feel like we forget where we came from. And therefore, we in the results of that is that we feel like there's a hole inside. The Magician is there to show you that this is that clear path that you need to take with your ancestry roots, okay? We have the Temperance as well as the balancing act, right? Okay, so we're trying to balance the sun and the moon. We are trying to make sure that both sides are equalized. So if for whatever reason you're seeking out knowledge, you also have to be able to listen to your divine guidance as well, and seeing where that spiritual path is taking you. Now, I see here the Five of Cups, but I'm going to throw in another card here, because I want to find out what this Five of Cups is about. And I feel like there's a protection. So whether it's a protection of something or a protection for you, there's a protection built into your DNA, all right? So maybe you're the type of person that protects others and takes care of others, or it's something that somebody is protecting you. It could be very well that person that is alongside of you that is consistently making sure that everything runs good and everything runs accordingly, so that there's nothing in your path that is out of whack. Now, I kind of want to say that I'm done, but I'm not done. I feel like that there's something else that I'm missing here. So what else am I missing here? All right. I guess I'm missing this card. All right. So we've got the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Devil in reverse. So I feel like this is where And when I kind of kept on feeling I'm missing something, is because I feel like that you haven't really evolved into your path yet, okay? So you're still studying, you're still kind of learning, and I feel like that this path can also be leading you into a different path if you're not careful, okay? So please pay attention to the signs, because these signs are the ones that are going to be showing you the true path. Anything that evolves around manipulation or making you feel that you don't have a choice, this is where I'm seeing that you need to step away from it. You need to step away from the situation, because that is not the direction that you're supposed to be taking. So some of you, I feel like it might be like a stuck moment, a situation where you're not seeing yourself being free from a situation, as I said, with the Devil's card. So keep an eye on that, because that is you know, some negative aspects that are coming in that is not your true path, your soul's path. So please bear in mind that. Thank you so much for joining. I am going to leave you with that. If you'd like to subscribe, like, share, maybe we'll see you next time. Hasta luego.